Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Grady, and he had a brother named Cooper, and he had a very good friend named GooGoo, and he had a cousin named Owen. And you know what? Grady and GooGoo used to play together all the time, and they used to, because they're the same age, and GooGoo lives right next door, and he's around all the time. So anyway, Grady went to his mommy and daddy. He said, "Hey, mommy and dad, is it okay if GooGoo comes over and plays?" And he said, "Sure, give him a call." So Grady called up GooGoo. "Hey, GooGoo, come on, let's play. Come on over to my place and let's play." GooGoo said, "Okay, I'll be right over." So in a couple minutes, GooGoo knocked on the door and he came in and he said, "Hey, Grady, how about if we ask your brother Cooper and your cousin Owen to play with us? Maybe we can, jump on a trampoline, or we can go out and go for a hike or something." And Grady said, "That's a great idea. Let me text Owen." So Grady texted Owen, and in about 5 seconds, Owen texted him right back, said, "Oh, yeah, I'd love to come over, Grady. I'll be over in 1 minute." So sure enough, Owen comes in the door in 1 minute, and Cooper called upstairs to his brother Grady, Grady called upstairs to his brother Cooper, who was on his Chromebook doing his homework for school. And he said, Cooper, come on down. Owen's here and and GooGoo's here. Let's go out and jump on the trampoline." And Cooper said, "Okay, I'm just finishing up my schoolwork. I'll be down in 1 minute." So everyone was there, and so they went outside and they jumped on the trampoline. They had a great time. They were throwing footballs and basketballs, and it was really, everyone was having a wicked good time. And then GooGoo says, "Hey, Grady, how about if we go for a hike?" And Grady said, "That's a great idea. Owen and Cooper, you guys in?" And they said, "Yeah, sure, we're in." So Owen said, "Hey, how about if we go up to the top of the hill behind your house, up by the woods up there, and see what we can find? Maybe go for an adventure." So everyone thought that was a good idea. So they packed a lunch. They had some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and some tuna sandwiches, and some poppables and water and grape juice. So they went off for a hike, and GooGoo was in the lead, and Cooper followed him, and then Owen followed him, and Grady was the last one. So they went up to the top of the hill, and they saw a whole bunch of things like animals and birds and flowers, because it was springtime. All the flowers were starting to come out. And suddenly Grady said, "Shh, everyone be quiet. I think I heard something." So everyone was real quiet. And then Grady said, I thought I heard, this is what sounded like a birdie, but maybe the birdie was in trouble." So he said, "Everyone be real quiet." So everyone was very quiet. And suddenly he heard, "Tweet, tweet, tweet, someone help me, someone help me. I broke my wing. I can't fly." And everyone looked around and they said, "Oh my gosh, a bird must have broken his wing or her wing, and I don't know where did that sound come from?" So they looked around, and Owen found that under a bush there was a tiny baby robin. And the baby robin looked like it couldn't fly because its wing was like flopping like this. So Cooper says, "Oh my gosh, we have to do something to help the baby robin." And GooGoo said, "I think if we make a splint and put it on, maybe the wing will get better, and she'll be able to fly." So Grady asked the robin, "What's your name, Mr. Robin?" "Hi, I'm Rosie the Robin, and I fell out of my nest and I hurt my wing, and I can't seem to fly. I was able to fly earlier, but I can't fly now. And my mommy and daddy are very worried about me, and they're out looking for some food for me, and they can't get me back up into the nest. My nest is right up there in the tree up above." And Owen looked up and he said, "Oh yeah, look at that. There's a nest right there. I think we can reach it if we stepped if I lift someone up, we can reach you and put you in your nest." And Cooper said, "Well, how about if we splint your wing, put a splint on your wing, and then we'll put you back up in your nest. That way when your mommy and daddy come back, they'll find you in your nest." And GooGoo said, "That's a great idea." And Grady said, "All right, someone get a piece of wood, a short stick, and I have a bandage and a small cloth here. We can wrap that around the twig, around the wing, and make a splint out of it." And so Owen said, "Okay, here's a twig." So he put the twig by the wing, and then Grady very carefully wound the cloth around the wing, and then he put a bandage on to hold it in place. And Cooper said, "Okay, Owen, I'll get up on your shoulders, and then Grady, you can hand Rosie the robin up to me, and I'll put her up in the nest." So Grady got up on Cooper got up on Owen's shoulders, and then Grady reached way up high and gave Rosie the robin to Cooper, and Cooper reached as high as he could, and he very gently put Rosie the robin into the nest. And then he said, "Okay, Rosie, will you wait right here for your parents to get back, and they'll bring a worm or something for you to eat." So Cooper got off of Owen's back, and just as they were getting ready to go back home, he saw the mommy and daddy robins come flying back with some worms and some food for Rosie the robin. And when the robins landed in a nest, Rosie told them what happened, and the robins looked out and said, "Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your helping little Rosie, and thank you for making a splint on her wing. I bet she'll be able to fly in a day or two." And so Owen yelled up and he said, "Oh, that's okay. That's okay. My name is Owen, and this is my cousin Cooper, and my other cousin Grady, and that's Grady's good friend GooGoo." "Oh, it's good to meet you guys. My name is Ralph the Robin, and this is my wife, and her name is Roberta the Robin." And then Owen said, "Oh, it was real nice meeting you guys." And Grady said, "Yeah, we have to get back because we have to eat our lunch when we go back down, or on the way back down. And so we'll see you, and we'll come up and check on you in a couple of days." So they said their goodbyes, and then they went back down to Grady's house. And when they got into the house, Grady and all his cousins and brothers and friends told his mom and dad about the adventure they had, and that they helped a little robin, Rosie the robin. They put her back in the nest, and they fixed her wing, and they'll go up and check on her in a couple of days. Well, Grady and Cooper's mommy and daddy were very proud of them, and they said, "Oh, guys, we got to sit down and have some really good dessert." So they sat down and they had apple crisp for dessert, and everyone loved it. And then it was time for Owen and GooGoo to go home. So they got in Grady's mommy and daddy's car, and Grady's mommy and daddy took them home. And everyone waved goodbye when they left the car, and then Grady and Cooper got back home with their mommy and daddy, and they were very happy, and everyone was proud. And that's the end of the story.